What's going on? You're listening to WSOU. I am Nick, and I am here with Michael Sweet from Stryper. What's going on, man?
Hey, Nick. How you doing, man?
Doing pretty good. So, as we know, you've been extremely busy, not even right now, but the last few years, and it's continuing on with your new album you guys just released, Fallen, which has been out for about 2 weeks, and it's been going pretty well. So how has that been going?
It's been going great. I mean, we never set our expectations too high because you're setting yourself up for a letdown, but we always go into it with a very positive attitude. We give our all. We work hard to put out the best music possible, and then we pray and hope for the rest. And the reaction so far to Fallen has been just through the roof, man. People really seem to like it, and they get it, so it's incredible.
Right. Awesome. And I mean, because I've listened to it a couple times, it's a little bit heavier than the other stuff, and I know you produced this one as well. And what kind of brought that on?
Well, something that people don't know is I've been producing albums, the Stryper albums, from the very beginning.
Oh, okay.
I've been, unfortunately, you don't always get listed as producer, Like
right.
Our first album, a producer was brought in from the label, but I had arranged, written, and put everything together. Literally all he did was go in, great ears and everything, but just go in and say, yes, that sounds good, we can do better, this sort of thing. So I've been co-producing or producing the albums from the beginning up until recent times. From the time we got back together, I produced them exclusively on my own from 2005. So my point is this. I've lived in the studio my whole life.
Exactly.
I grew up playing on my dad's sessions, believe it or not, acoustic guitar when I was 10 years old.
Awesome.
And I know the studio, and I know what's best for the band and how to achieve that. So, and then we save a lot of money, too.
Exactly, right. And, I mean, this is just coming off of all the other stuff you've been putting out over, like, the last 2 years. You guys put out an album in 2013. You had your solo album last year. You had that other album with George Lynch.
Yep.
You've been really grinding, and I know you're already working on another solo album right now.
I am. I'm writing it right now. I start recording on the 16th of November, and that's going to come out on Rat Pack Records next year, probably around May or June. Really pumped about it.
Awesome. And how do you get all this lined up? Because that's like 5 albums over the last like 2-3 years, on top of touring and all the other stuff you got going on.
Well, you know what, man? The thing is music is such a part of me.
Right.
It's like a pilot going to work and flying a plane every day, and he just does it. And music, that's just what I do.
Exactly.
And, it just comes out of my head. It's constantly ever flowing, and I don't think it's going to stop for quite a while. And I figure, if I have these labels that are interested in releasing this stuff, why not take advantage of the opportunities? And quite honestly, there's a lot of labels reaching out to myself and reaching out to the band, and I think we're going to keep making music for a long time.
That's awesome to hear, because I know, like, you guys have been around for, such a long time, and you start to see a lot of, like, especially like those 80s bands now, where, it's not that many of the original members. They haven't put out new music in like 15 years or so, and they're still trying to tour as much as they can, but, you guys are out there still producing, firing on all levels, and even you guys, you still have the original lineup, so that must be awesome.
It is amazing, and that's one thing that we can say that not a lot of bands can.
Right.
It's getting to the point where there's less and less bands. There's only a few, really.
Exactly.
That have the original lineup. Even like Cinderella, who has the original lineup, they're not even touring.
Right.
They're not recording. I don't even know the last time they made an album.
Right. I can't even think of it.
And they may never make an album again. Who knows? But my point is this. I think because we've been so active in the past 10 years, we've really locked in to perfecting our craft.
Right.
And what we do. And it took us a little while, but when we released Reborn, it was okay, and we were experimenting. Then Murder by Pride was a little better. But now, once we got the No More Hell to Pay, and then now especially Fallen, I think we've just nailed what we need to be doing.
Exactly.
And it took us a little while. And, other bands, if they start going down that path and thinking that way, it might take them a little while, too, to figure it out. But Stryper, thank God, has. And we feel good about it.
Right. And I'm assuming you guys are going to be hitting the road again soon. And I'm sure how have crowds been the last few years with tours? Have you seen like are numbers still there? Or are you bringing in a younger audience? Because at a certain point you need to you kind of reach a new generation.
We're definitely bringing in a younger audience.
Okay,
and,
that's awesome.
Because I always ask the question, who's seen us, who hasn't seen us?
Right.
Back 10 years ago, most of the hands went up for who's seen us. Now, most of the hands go up for who hasn't seen us.
Awesome.
So a lot of new timers.
Right.
And young people, teenagers.
Exactly.
I meet them all the time. So it's just really cool. And our numbers are great. We do a lot of sellout shows. We don't play arenas. We're not like we were back in the day. We're playing clubs and small venues for the most part, but great numbers. We keep going out every year and doing it. Everybody's happy. It's profitable for everyone, and we're going to keep doing it, man. So
we could definitely catch you sometime this year then, promoting this album.
You're going to catch us from April to November of 2016. We're going to be playing a lot.
That's awesome to hear. Definitely have to try to catch you during that.
Absolutely, man. And we're pumped about it and can't wait to play these songs live. I think they're going to go over really well live. Definitely
agree with that, especially with the little bit heavier aspect, because everything's always heavier live no matter what.
Exactly. So these songs like Yahweh and King of Kings, they're just going to rock live.
Exactly. And going back to how you're working on your solo album a little bit, you have had, on the last one, you had quite a few guests. You had Chris Jericho, you brought Doug Aldridge back, who was, like way back from the beginning of Stryper was in there a little bit. You had Dave Mustaine's daughter. How did you get that? I was curious.
Well, Dave's a friend of mine.
Okay.
And one day I was having my coffee and scouring the internet, and I saw her singing a song, Electra, and I was like, wow, she's really good,
Right.
And I was looking for a female voice on my version of Heart of Gold.
Okay.
So I reached out to Dave, and I said, hey, man, would Electra like to, be a part of this song and sing on it? And they got back to me and said, absolutely.
Awesome.
And it was just so simple. And Dave went in and produced her vocal, and they sent it to me, and I loved it,
That's awesome. And could we expect do you have any ideas for people to jump on the new one you're working on?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm going to, in terms of guitar guests, no.
Okay.
Because this is going to be kind of an opportunity for me to kind of try some different things as a guitar player.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really going to focus on guitar on this album a lot. Vocally, though, what's a little different for me is I may bring in a couple of other vocalists to sing a few songs. Like, I'd love to get Todd LaTorre on a song.
Okay.
To just rip a metal tune.
Yeah.
There's some up-and-coming female vocalists. I'd love to get one of the two on a song.
Okay.
And kind of blow people away with that,
right.
Unexpected. And that's probably about it. There may be another guest here or there. I got Will Hunt, who plays in Evanescence, the drummer. He's playing drums on this album.
Awesome.
And he's amazing.
Oh yeah, definitely.
He slays. And so it's gonna be a real guitar-driven rock album. And I think when people hear it, it'll be unlike any of my other solo albums, because my other solo albums, for the most part, are kind of all over the map.
Right.
There's a metal tune, and then there's like a borderline country tune and a pop tune. And this album's just going to be rock, man.
That's good to hear. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, man.
Now, because you guys have, it's been a while, so you've seen the different ways that music has been distributed. Nowadays, how do you see, going from, back to CDs, even cassettes and all that stuff, to now, the internet with Spotify and stuff like that? Do you think it helps get you guys out there, or because everyone has different opinions on it?
I mean, in today's world, it definitely helps. Like, last album, we didn't have the Spotify thing wrapped up, or at least as planned. This album we did, and it really helped.
Right.
In terms of streaming numbers. Big time. Am I a big fan of streaming? Not at all.
Right.
I think it's ridiculous, I understand that's technology in the world we live in. People don't like to buy music, they like to stream it, and they pay for the service to do that, blah, 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 blah. But here's the thing I don't like about it, is the labels make most of the money,
right.
The bands make very little.
Right.
And, it's not about the money, but when you work so hard on something,
it's very important.
And then you don't get paid for it, it's not a good feeling.
Right.
And I don't think that would fly with anybody.
Yeah, of course.
So it's just interesting. I think we got to figure out something and get back. I wish we were back in the days where there was something to be said for buying the album and holding it.
Right, the physical, just possessing it.
Yeah, because, I mean, MP3s, when you go to iTunes and you download the album, I don't know about you, but have you ever sat and compared the MP3s or 4s to the actual product itself?
Oh yeah, you could hear even a difference just in the format.
Right.
Yeah.
So why do people want lower quality?
Exactly.
I don't get that. I'm a sonic freak, and that doesn't fly with me, you know?
Right. I could definitely, yeah, I could see.
I don't know, man. I mean, buy the CD and then put it in your computer and
Right.
put it on your iPod.
Right, exactly.
I don't get it, man. But hey, there you go.
Yep. All right, well, we'll wrap things up. Thank you so much for your time, Mike. Is there anything else you want to add?
No, buddy, I just want to say I appreciate you taking the time. Thank you, all the people out there, for listening and supporting what we do for so many years, and we can't wait for 2016 to get out there and play these songs. And we're so excited about Fallen, and we're looking forward to the future, doing a lot more.
Awesome. That is so great to hear.
Okay, buddy.